Welcome to the Family History Buff channel. On today's video, I will show you how to enter your names, dates, and places in FamilySearch for free and right in your own home. Hello, this is Marie Dalton, your Family History Buff. This is our third video which will teach you how to enter your name, dates, and places in FamilySearch. If you haven't already done so, I would strongly recommend you viewing our very first video titled How to Find Your Ancestors on FamilySearch. Now let me show you how to add names, dates, and places as you continue to explore your family tree on FamilySearch. Okay, let's go ahead and go to FamilySearch.org and let's go ahead and log into your account and sign in. Once you have successfully entered FamilySearch, click on the family tree icon on the top left of your screen, and on the drop-down option, click on Tree. Now make sure you are in the landscape mode. Look at the top left of your screen. It will give you 4 choices: landscape, portrait, fan chart, or descendancy. If you're not in the landscape mode, click on the drop-down choice to pick landscape. In this video presentation, I'm assuming you have followed my instructions on video number 1, where I showed you how to add ancestors' names on your family tree in FamilySearch. And now I'm going to show you how to add vital information to each of the records you added of your ancestors. You should now be able to see your own record and some of your ancestors' names you added on your family tree in FamilySearch. I'm going to use my 8th great-grandmother's record as an example to show you how to add vital information to your ancestors' records you recently added. Her name is Susanna, who only has a first name and still needs to have vital records added to it. Follow along. Watch my computer mouse to view where I'm at. Now go ahead and click on your own name or an ancestor's name with whom you need to add vital information. In this case, I'm clicking on the name of my 8th great-grandmother, Susanna. Next, click on the word person shown on the bottom of the pop-up screen below the name. Once entered, you will now see a person profile of the person with whom you were working. Scroll down to Vitals. Here is where you previously added a name. Also note, if you're adding information for yourself or of any family member who is living, the only person who can see your information is you. No one will be able to see this information until that person shows deceased. First, where you see my 8th great-grandmother's name, Susanna, go ahead and make sure the name is spelled correctly. For women, the last name you would list is their maiden name. In this example of my great-grandmother, I don't know her maiden name. I only know her first name. However, in this case, it would be okay for me to add her husband's last name, so in this case, I would click on Edit. I know her husband, my great-grandfather's last name, is Kirby, so I will go ahead and put her last name as Kirby. I will then list her title as Mrs. Her record will now be shown as Mrs. Susanna Kirby. Whenever you make any corrections to a record, you will need to list a reason why this information is correct. In this case, I'm showing no last maiden name is known. Instead, I used her husband's last name to show Mrs. Susanna Kirby as the only name known. Then click on Save. Now, if you will notice, I have corrected her name to show, instead of just Susanna, it now shows Mrs. Susanna Kirby on her personal record. Next, you should have already put in the sex of this person. If not shown, go ahead and add the sex or gender of this person. Next, on this person's profile, you will want to add the birth information. Go ahead and click on Add. Next, if you know the birth information, go ahead and add it now. If you don't know the birth information, you can put about dates. In this case, of my great-grandmother Susanna, I know her husband, Richard Kirby, was born in 1652, and I know her son, John, was born in 1680, so I'm going to make a guess and say that she was 4 years younger than her husband. This would put her at age 24 when she gave birth to her son. There is no set rule in place of how to figure about dates. You just have to make the best guess you can. Whenever you make any changes, though, there is a place for you to write why you came up with this date or about date. Now, to help you with the best way of adding standardized date formats, click on this information icon button as shown here. In this example, it shows to enter the date in one of the standard formats. For example, 24th of June, 1962, June 1962, 1962, about 1962, before 1962, after 1962, between 1961 and 1962. By using standard formats for dates and places in Family Tree, it improves the accuracy and searchability of the information you've entered. Family Tree will help you to standardize dates and places as you enter them. Then go ahead and add, if known, the birthplace. If you don't know the birthplace city, but you know they lived in Colorado, for example, just list it as from Colorado. If you don't know the state, but you do know they were born in the USA, just put USA. Or if you know they were born in England, just put England. You may list the modern-day name of the country, state, province, or county that is currently known as. In this case, with my great-grandmother Susanna, I don't know where she was born. I don't have any idea of her birthplace, but I do know that her husband was from England, and I do know that she gave birth to her son John in England. So I'm going to just put from England. Next, put a reason you know this information is correct. So in this case, I put used about dates based on age of husband and birth of son, John, who was born in England. Then click on Save. Next, if you have any christening information, go ahead and click on Add to add that information. Once added, put a reason why this information is correct, then click Save. You would do that right here. Next, you should have already included the death information, whether this person is deceased or living. Go ahead and click on Edit. You can now enter a date and place of death if known. Now, to help you with the best way of adding standardized date formats, click on this information icon button as shown here. In this example, it shows to enter the date in one of the standardized formats. For example, June 24th, 1962, June 1962, 1962, about 1962, before 1962, after 1962, between 1961 and 1962. If the dates and places are unknown, you can just leave blank. In this case, with my great-grandmother, Susanna, I have no idea, and so I'm just going to leave it blank. Next, if you know the burial information and where this person was buried, go ahead and click on Add right here, and follow the same procedures you use to add death information. Next, if there is additional other information on this person you wish to add, click on Other Information, as shown right here. As you can see, you have a lot of additional information you can add, if known, about this person. When I click on this, you can see I have options to add alternative names used for this person, events that took place in their life, and actual known facts. If you enjoyed this video presentation, please subscribe to this channel, Family History Buff. It's the best way to follow me. I have more videos that will go through every aspect of helping you with family search and other ways to help you find and discover your ancestors. Now that you're connected to Family Search, you will want to watch video number 4 entitled, How Do I Change Vital Information on Family Search? Thank you for watching. See you on video number 4.